Good afternoon, everybody. This is Drew, your host of Alluvial Adventures. It's Friday afternoon. Me and Miss Beth gonna ease down off a mountain. We gotta go get us some hardware. We're gonna do we gotta build a brooder for our ducks and guineas tomorrow. They're getting big enough to get up off the ground, so to speak. So we're gonna put them in a brooder 3 or 4 weeks until they get all their more mature feathers and be a little better able to stand on their own before we put them out in the chicken pen. And so we're gonna go to town, see what we can see. Maybe we can see some wildlife. Hopefully we get to town, one of them food trucks will have something good to eat. And I can get away with not cooking this afternoon. I've had a pretty long week and I was tired, just didn't feel like it. But we're gonna bring you guys along with us. We're gonna walk y'all through building a chicken brooder. That's not all we're gonna build. I've got to build me a work table. A couple other little projects I've been wanting to do. Got to shoot my bow tomorrow. I know I got my new bow sight put on last weekend. I roughed it in, but tomorrow I've got to shoot it and zero it in just a little bit closer. That's one of those things, you know, a sharp knife cuts way better than a dull knife. Bow or a gun that you're familiar with, you've shot a whole lot, you're a lot more accurate with it than one you're not. So I try to shoot quite a bit. Shoot a few tournaments all along, whatever else I can do, you know, just any kind of practice. If you're practicing good habits, that's good. That's a good thing. But you guys come along, we'll see what we get into. Just see how it turns out, and I'm pretty sure there'll be some fun involved. You know, we're just glad you guys coming along with us. Pretty out this afternoon, other than the heat. It's like everywhere else in the South and the Midwest, it has been hot here since the 3rd week of June, and it's starting to wear on everybody just a little bit. Just don't get a break from it. Guys, we're gonna ease on down the hill here and see what comes up, and we'll be with y'all in a minute. Guys. Well, guys, we are gonna have to pick some peppers this afternoon. My cayenne's producing very well. You know, I told you guys yesterday we're gonna clean up around here a little bit. My tomatoes are really coming along, my Roma tomatoes, which I'm gonna make pickled green tomatoes out of. Oh, darn tomato worm done got on there, son of a gun. He gotta go. And my little old tomato tomatoes are absolutely showing out. And so are my peppers. My chili peppers. My banana peppers. Like I say, the tomatoes just acting the fool. But that's a good thing. what we wanted. So we got to do all that today too. But right now, to get some lumber to build the ducks and the guineas a new home. I'm gonna walk you guys through some of that, what we're building and why we're building it that way, and we want you guys to come along with us. Like I say, home away from home pickup truck. How many of you guys, the Illegal Adventure team, spends a lot of time going and coming? You know, that's funny. The other day I was griping about somebody had a clatterbone loud muffler. You know, it's one thing to have, I got Flowmasters on this truck, but it's one thing to hear it when you rev it up or give it a little gas, and it's a complete another when it sounds like you're shaking broken bottles and tin in a sack. That don't sound good. You know, it just rattles like a dang clatterbone and a goose's butt, and it's not pleasant. Nobody want to hear that noise. It's noise. So I think that's cool. I just don't think it's cool. We got some other things to do today. I got a couple of bull gears out of a transmission on a bulldozer that I got to take to a fella. I got some leaf springs off a golf cart in the back of my truck. We're going to clean them up, get all the grease and stuff off of them. We're going to take them to the same fella. He makes knives and stuff, and see if we can't get him to make us a knife. He made me a spearhead that I'm very proud of. It's on a spear. It's beautiful. And I'm going to take him that metal and see if we can't sweet talk him into making us another knife, or maybe another spearhead. So we'll see about that. Looks like we got a little rain last night. Shouldn't be a surprise. It's rained here about every day for 3 months now. Well, we're gonna get up here at the lumber yard. We'll see y'all when we get back. Well guys, we're here. Good old-fashioned lumber yard. You know, this business has been here for years and years. I gotta go to the blue building. I think the plywood's in a different place than the boards is. I probably just made the wrong turn. Go down here and go down this alley by the tracks. This is the old part of town. Everything came in on the rail and they unloaded it. And right off the train, right into the back of the store. Right to the public. In that little old tin building right there. Said I should have come here. Went this way to start with. But when you're not here every day, Hey, bud, where'd be the easiest place for me to come to? Pull over and back in that building?
What do you get?
2 sheets of plywood.
Yeah, just pull out there to the big door.
Okay. Alright, pull out here to the big door. Alright, that'll work, guys. Be back with y'all. That's what I was talking about, guys. This is the way it ought to still be. You come to a local, you support your local community. You're a part of your local community, and you just done it the way that worked for a couple hundred years. And I don't think we ought to change it any more than we have. Like I said, we made the damn weather, and then we stand in the rain and we cry because we're getting wet. You know, so just don't do it. Real simple. Do not engage. Do not participate. And should be some 2x2s, fellas.
Can you 2x2? What kind of 2x2 do you get, sir?
Just
8 foot 2x2.
8 foot 2x2s, yeah.
Yeah, give me 2 of them. Or 6 of them, I'm sorry. No, I'm wrong, Hootie. He got spruce. Spruce? Yeah. Oh, there. Yeah, they're in that hallway. You mean about 6?
6.
6.
Well, guys, there you go. We got us some lumber. We got us some tools. We're gonna make it happen.
Man, I should have brought my tracker. I got a camera stand that will, you put your phone on it, and it'll just track you.
Right in there so good. Well, you know you got the right one. Oh no, we don't want it to slip in there. Now where'd he go? That's good. When they're young, their oil bump is not developed, so they can preen their feathers to stay waterproof. That baby duck down is not. See how on their breast it's getting kind of clumped up.
Yeah.
That's why when they're young, it's important that they have a way to stay warm. Now they're trying to be big ducks. They'll when they reach back there on the top of their butt and they rub their beak in there, that's where that oil bump is. And that oil gets on their beak and they rub it through their feathers, and that's how they waterproof themselves. That preening.
Okay.
And when they get big, you can actually see it. You can pull their feathers up, and there's just a little bump back there with that oil comes out. It's an oil gland. But yeah, the water, they will splash and shake and stroke. There won't be no water left in that pool if you leave them in it.
So little pool and a big pool.
Yeah.
Ducks in their little duck pool.
Well, that's why
The kids are gonna love these.
That's why I want the ducks to go down to the creek. I'm gonna fix them a place. I'm gonna fence it where they can't go up or down, and the hawk get them. And I'm gonna let them go down there and play in the water all they want to, and then come back up. Got crooked on me.
safety inspector has brought to my attention that this table, impromptu as it is, may flip over. So we're going to perform the flip test and make sure it don't flip over and throw all our stuff in the floor. Yeah, that ain't going nowhere. Well, guys, like I said, the bush type tomato tomatoes, them jokers showing out. A little bit of water, a little bit of sunshine, all the tomatoes you can eat. And from now on, hope they ain't got no pies on them, I'm gonna eat one. Those are good. Guys, we're putting the floor in the chicken broods with the baby ducks and baby guineas. Got this hardware cloth. Their feet will not fall through, but everything else that you want to fall through will. And we just built us a frame, and now we're going over it with some hardware cloth. And then we're going to put the sides and the top on it. And relocate the babies to their new home. That electric stapler is handy. See, they know that duck has never been in water deep enough to do that, but there she goes. Old baby girl dive right under there. I think that's a good name for her, baby girl. I'll get her a band with that on it. That's exciting, huh? Look, Ma, no hands. Guys, we're gonna make us a little seafood boil this afternoon. Normally I would be out there grilling, but I have worked outside in the hot all day for I couldn't tell you how many days in a row now, the last month. So I'm gonna come inside and cook me something in here in the cool in the air conditioner. I've had all the hot I want. So we're going to make us a seafood boil. We're going to pick out the smaller potatoes where they will boil. We're just going to boil them whole, nothing fancy. And when they get done, we're going to dip them in that melted butter and be glad to get them. So this will probably be enough potatoes. Got our potatoes. We got our corn. And you have to put this stuff in at different times during the cooking. That way it doesn't, some of it does not get overcooked, and of course some of it not undercooked. So we're gonna go over and get our water ready. We're gonna, into our water, we're gonna put a whole bunch of Old Bay. Sorry to some of the other seasoning folks, but today we're going with Old Bay, and quite a bit of it. A little bit of salt, or a good amount.
whole lemon in there. We're just gonna cut it up and put it in there. Flavor the water. All about that flavor. And we're gonna put an orange. Just cut it in half. Put it in there and let it boil. When the water gets to boiling, I think I'm gonna go ahead and add my potatoes. We'll bring that water to a boil with the potatoes in there. Let those boil 11 or 12 minutes till they start getting tender. And we'll start adding our other ingredients. And that sure is a pretty rich red color. Well, we'll see y'all when the pot boils, guys. Y'all, we have been waiting for this day. The mama has finally brought her babies. There's the little spotted fawns. That's their big brother from last year. They're standing beside. And we have been waiting for like a month now for this mama deer to show up one day with both their fawns in tow. And here they are. So now, maybe when we look out, we'll get to see the baby deer on a regular basis. And y'all can watch them grow up with us. And we watched that little spike grow up last year from that size to where he's at now. And we're going to watch these babies. We get very excited over the babies, and sure enough, that is a buck and doe fawn. This is a little doe fawn, and this is a little buck fawn. I can see the black spots on top of his head. That's where his antler pedicles will be. I got to get more cameras out where I can catch more footage of them. Good job, mama. You brought the babies. You're gonna cut up our sausage. Might need to run my knife over that sharpener. I always say, sharp knife cuts a whole lot better than a dull knife. Alright guys, been boiling about 10 minutes, 9 minutes actually. Gonna add our corn. Gonna add our sausage. That's another way you can tell when the potatoes are done. They're floating. When the potatoes, those little potatoes start to float. So we're going to add the potatoes. We're going to add the corn, corn and the sausage. And we're going to let it come back to a boil. Boil about 5 or 6 minutes, and then we're going to add our shrimp. Oh, the stupid blind. Rambo, you waiting on supper to get done? Hmm? You're patient, aren't you? Does it smell good? Hmm? Good dog. It'll be ready in a minute. Alright Alright guys, everything else is done. We're gonna add our shrimp. And shrimp they don't take very long to cook, so we're just gonna stir them into the hot water. Let it sit about 5 minutes. There you go, dog. And they'll be done. And then we can eat supper. Alright guys, we got our shrimp boil done. Like I say, this is not anything fancy. It's just something we could do in here and not be out in the 90-degree heat. It would have been more fun out on a picnic table with a bunch of people. But had all that heat I wanted today. Alright guys, we're going to try one of these, see how it turned out. A little butter. That is first class. Really, really, really good. Shrimp's not overcooked. Well guys, I want to thank y'all for joining us on another episode of the channel. Your comments, your feedback means the world to us. We hope y'all enjoy the baby deer. They came to eat supper with us. Thank you guys. We will see you on the next one.